Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know where you're joining us from. Let's fight, good people. Let's fight, our people. How has your weekend been? How was your day? Good to have you folks here with us. Let's fight, good people. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Where you guys hiding tonight? Where you guys hiding? Where y'all be? Where y'all there? Where y'all at? Good to see you folks. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Pace and power, guys. Boots on the ground and over here backing down. Let's fight. 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 Good to have you folks here with us. Let's fight. Good to have you folks here with us. Happy Monday, guys. It's the 25th day of July. Already, can you imagine? We're right there. Payday is either just before us or is a little behind us. Depends on how you're being paid for the month, guys. But welcome in the ring. Trust that you guys have had a fantastic day. Thanks for joining us, guys. Wherever you're joining us from, share the live, smash that emoji button. Pace and power, folks. Who goes to an international meeting? They're asking people for the WhatsApp number. Some of y'all don't know time and place, you know. Some of y'all don't know time and place. But we come into that, folks. We come into that. Share the damn live, smash that emoji button, and let's get a move on. Good to have you. Wonderful, beautiful folks here with us. Carlette Reynolds and Joylyn Cook, Carol Hudson. Good to have you, Melly St. Ross. Let us know you're receiving us loud and clear, good people. Marilyn Thomas, how you doing? How you doing? Trust you're having a fantastic time wherever you are tonight. We trust you're having a good time. Sheena Hazel, we see you there. We see Diana Ford. And I see Dan Fordyce rather, and I see Sheena Hazel again, and Zoan Stewart, Yvonne Daly, Pinky Kerr. How you folks doing? Giladi Cook, Carolina Reynolds, Jamal Aziz, Pace and Power, good people. We are so happy that you guys are here with us. Yvonne Daly and Mavis Daviswell, Welton Blue. We see you, Carolina Reynolds. We see Clyde McPherson and all the other beautiful folks joining us this evening. We're going to be joined by the one and only Tabitha Sarabo-Halley. Pace and power, folks. Share the live. Smash the emoji button, folks. And let's get to it. Good to have you. Good to have you. Trust you guys have had a fantastic day. Jenny Wilson. How you doing, Jenny? Irwin John Cook. Randolph Benjamin. Donna Liverpool. Things tight, Donna. Things tight, things tight. Brenda Braffett. How about you? Pace and power. Pace and power, Brenda. Jan Graves, Andy and Leon Logan. Good to have all you fantastic, wonderful, beautiful folks joining us. Couldn't ask a better company. Perhaps in some instances, we could ask a better company, but we're not going to. We love you folks out there, even the trolls, trench crop hosts, jagabats, tadpoles, and cricketers. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. I see, is it Brevet? Jivet? Let us know. Bridget Campbell, we know for certain. Ingrid King, Steffi Brown, good to have you. Donna Simon as well, folks. Share the live, smash that emoji button. Pace and power. We're hurrying to get to it, and we trust that you guys are well. Whatever you found to do today, we trust you did it with integrity, with character, folks, with honesty. Please and thank you. The corrupt, don't follow in the pattern. We're begging y'all. Do not follow in the pattern. Jackie Bade, how you doing? Emily Durant, how are you doing, Emily? All the other guys joining us. Henrietta Lancaster, Paul Hopkins. Good to see you. Quanamingo, Debbie Hohencourt. How are you doing, Debbie? Dara David and June Daniels. Folks, trust that you are well. Trust that you are fine. That you are well. Tessa Isaacs, Graves, Andy. Good to see you. Don Morgana. Annalisa, lovely queen. The lovely queen part is subjective. Send us the photographs so we can judge yourself. Lovely queen. Merlin DeYoung, Kim Walker. Pace and power, pace and power. Pace and power, pace and power, pace and power, guys. Is it Shanetta? Good to have you. Donna McDonald and all the other guys joining us this evening. Share the live for us, folks. Smash that emoji button and partner with us as well. Partner with us as well, good people. Good to have all of you here with us. Good to have each and every one of you here with us, guys. How you all doing, man? How you all doing? Good to have you, folks. Yep. Rock and come in, folks. Rock and come in. Good to have each and every one of you guys. We're so happy you're here with us. So happy You all are going down to the wire at the end of the month. With us, we trust you folks are well. I see Cassandra Keeler has joined us. Cassandra, where have you been all this time, Cassandra? Good to have you nonetheless. Jennifer. Rachel Wolford. Yep. Fight card set, folks. Fired up. Ready to go. Fired up, guys. And we are ready to go. We ain't taking no prisoners. None. Yep. We're fired up, good people. And ready to go. Share the live, guys. Smash that emoji button for us, good people. Smash the emoji button for us. Pace and power. We are ready to get to it. If you guys are ready, let's make sure that we just position ourselves well to get off of the graphic a little bit. Make sure we're looking put together. Enough flung together. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. It's a tight fit, folks. It's a tight fit. All right, guys, if I gotta move that from behind. Guys, good to have each and every one of you here with us. And we trust that you beautiful folks. We trust that you all are great. Wherever you guys are joining us from this evening. I see Paulette Greaves has joined us, and Joan Stephanie. Wendy Stevens has joined us, and I see, is it French? Surname French? So ring the bell. Gather around, good people. Gather around, good people. Y'all like noise, you know. You like noise, Michelle McKay, Marlon Jacobs, Jennifer Johnson, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs, and Joylyn. Folks, welcome in the ring. Wherever you folks are joining us from this evening, it is our privilege. We're going to have joining us later in the evening, MP Tabitha Sarabo-Halley. I heard her, she talking some things, but Tabitha, I'm going to ask you about those things. In addition to some other issues, I got to talk to Tabitha. Valerie Mariah, how have you been doing, Valerie? Valerie, see for a little bit. Wherever you owe, I forgive you. Go forth and sin no more, Valerie. Just being facetious there. Wendell VC, good to have you. Myrtle Carter, good to have Myrtle. Everett Small, we see you there, Everett. And Donna Liverpool, good to have each and every one, including Oren Barker, Can't forget Oren, just can't. Yulil North, we see you as well. And Sweetness Ballers, this subjective. Sweetness Ballers, send us the photographs now, so we can judge for ourselves. Please and thank you. Send us the photos. Pollyanna shots. Good to see you, folks. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. Wherever you're joining us from, folks. I told you coming up, Tabitha Sarabo-Halley. So let's get us on the way. Please and thank you, folks. We have Tabitha already in studio. She's a disciplined guest, you know. Like some moderation, people. Y'all call me, Michael Whistle. Folks, we started from around the world this evening. We are picking up our broadcast from around the world. Where do we start from? Yep. You know them, man? Them banners. They want to transport Myanmar here. They want to transport some of the activities that's happening in Myanmar. But we ain't having it. Bring the bell for Tabitha. We ain't having it. It's a dark day, folks, in Myanmar. It's a dark day, I tell you. The Myanmar junta. This is the army people who rule Myanmar with the iron fist. You know, Aung San Suu Kyi, she's trying. Like how Granger they try. She's trying. But them boys, you know, when they give dog egg for suck, you know, they can't really taste on them out. She's trying. But the corruptionism, the dictatorialism, so much of them, they overthrow Aung San Suu Kyi. Them boys, they back. They come back. Just like some people that we know, they come back. But over the weekend, folks, Dion Joseph, Anne Beverly, Prince Hodari, Prince Hodari, Majesty. Over the weekend, them boys execute 4 democracy activists. It's just like, you know, you can't talk there. Who vex? We out front. Y'all do what y'all got to do. You know, Martin Luther King says, if a man or a woman, if you haven't found a reason to die, you ain't fit to live. We outside, folks. Who vex? We outside. We ain't getting like the Myanmar junta. pro-democracy activists, them guys executed. Them guys executed. They're serious there. I hope the US watching. I hope I can see some statements coming out of the usual suspects internationally over what is happening there in Myanmar. Folks, we got to follow this. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all the families who would have lost a loved one in Myanmar. Hope you're hearing my volume loud and clear. I'm going to say my volume. Same thing, volume. Loud and clear, good people. Loud and clear. We follow it. We out front, folks. We outside. That's what's happening in Myanmar, guys. And as we go on in the fight cartel, look, story here. Now, the WHO, some of y'all will get catch here, you know. Because some of y'all can't keep yourselves to yourselves. You know, they tell us that the monkeypox is close contact, you know, skin to skin, spreading monkeypox. Some we can catch, y'all like hug up and smooch up and so on. This one they can set for y'all. Well, folks, the World Health Organization has declared monkeypox a health emergency. That's what they're telling us. That's what they're telling us. Tonight, folks, it's a health emergency, international health emergency. That's what the folks telling us. Huh? Well, we're watching this here. We're watching this. And here's some more of what we know, folks. The World Health Organization, through its chief spokesperson, and this again is the Director General, Tedros Ghebreyesus. He's telling us, right, that they have declared a health emergency, global health emergency. Yep. Tedros Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the World Health Organization. They said this label means, this global health emergency, right? It's a public health emergency of international concern and is designed to trigger and coordinate international response that could unlock funding to collaborate on sharing vaccines and treatment. I know y'all, boy Frank, after a long time, you know, Frank always, I rather suspect, he record sticker that, I rather suspect, juju, I rather suspect, He record stick on that. Well, he said he's trying to source vaccines. I hope he's going back to the shady chic. Dalmood Al Maktoum. You all remember him? I wonder if he's going back this side for the monkeypox vaccine. Joel Ward, Rhonda Gordon, Dion Benjamin, Dalmood Al Maktoum. Remember the shady chic? Well, World Health Emergency, as declared by Tedros Ghebreyesus, the Director General of the World Health Organization. So, folks, of course, take your precautions, man. If you got to keep to yourself a little bit, you can vex over that. You can't vex over that. Keep to yourself, good people, and let us ride out this storm together. We did it for COVID-19. Don't let this thing tackle us now. Please and thank you. Coretta Reynolds and Lola John, don't let it tackle us now. Pauletta Hicks and Ann Bevany, Beatrice Selby, and all the other beautiful, lovely folks. Don't let us tackle this. Don't let it tackle us now. We come too far. And I ain't want to lose none of y'all now. Get a liquor. Even though, folks, it's not deadly as COVID-19 is, but certainly we're taking chances. We want to might come back later on and say, oh God, I'm sorry. But X, Y, or Z. So we're taking caution. Nasa, Linda McCalman, we are taking caution. Nasa, Nicole Scotland, and Jonita Day, Kim Dickerson, we're taking caution, folks. Moving on in the fight card. Beautiful, good folks. Moving on the fight card. Look what we're following. We're drawing close to home now. Y'all know this country is not a real place. You know it by now. We're surprised you here. Certainly, Paul Bourne, Carl Hudson, Michelle McKay, we have not surprised you, beautiful folks. Gail is not a real place. That's the final conclusion to the whole matter. Some people just quote the scripture for that. You all know a Bible like that? Bless God. Amen. That's the final conclusion to the whole matter. Gail is not a real place, Robert King. It is not. And here is why we're telling you that this evening. Because nobody. And then Daily News run out. the director of GCCA, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, you all heard the accent there. The Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, the director, his contract is under review with intentions for renewal based on performance, not politics. I mean, like, who was thinking it was based on politics? Now you are putting things in we heard the other Daily News. I thought it was professionally all the time. You know, based on merit, the work he has done, he can see his contract being renewed. But nobody said that. Nobody talk politics. When I see this fellow, me see the PVP. When I see the fellow, me see New FC. I just saw a public servant. Hopefully he's doing his job properly. I have no reason to believe he might not be. But if you are getting information, news. Now them boys say what? Director of GCAA contract under review with intentions of renewal based on performance, not politics. It's who sent them. Folks, I wonder who sent them boys. Joylyn Cook, Joylyn, Valerie Archibald, Jane Smith is who sent them, man. Lester Williams. Who sent them? Nobody I have seen has insinuated or has even spoken about the renewal of the director's contract. Much more to insinuate. But that them boys, you know, they like confusion. It's like the drink confusion powder. They eat it, they drink it, they mix it with some water, they drink it like Kool-Aid. Confusion powder, not based on performance. The different, y'all know, the Cole, Scotland, sweetness bullers, subjective sweetness bullers, subjective name, Keith Smith, Kim Dickinson. Them boys are very, 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 very malicious. Very malicious. You know, if they didn't put in the politics piece, we just pass the thing over. Like any other article. Like any other irrelevant article. We'll pass over. The contract has been renewed. So what? So what? That's news. So you can tell it was a Monday, it's a slow news day. Them boys gone to Washington. It's a slow news day locally. We don't even know what the meeting on. All right? But that means it's something serious. When you see all kind of shifting and, you know, generalized statements and so on, you know it's something serious. Well, we heard there was someone, we coming wrong there, we coming, hold on the man, don't push me in the direction so fast. Or in Don Cook, Adolphus Jemat. Them boys is summoned to Washington. Hold on the man, why y'all still pushing me? All right? So nobody say nothing. But y'all favorite people, they run out. They run out. Not politics, based on performance. Well, Ghana is not a real place. Ghana is not a real place. What can we expect, good people? What can we expect? Moving on to fight card nonetheless. Martlene Scotland, how are you doing, Martlene? And Candy Leland, the Jeep just run out. For your information. Only for information. You know the state of the roads and the infrastructure in this country. We're in a bad spot. We're in a bad spot. We're in a pickle. The infrastructure in this country. I hear some of y'all saying bring Pamela McGregor, Dan Fordyce. I hear some of y'all say bring back Pato. Bella Mona. I hear some of y'all say bring back Pato. China. That's Joylyn Cook. That's what the people saying. Bring back. All right, we're going to wait for that to steady up. I don't like the quality we're seeing there. I don't know what's happening. Them boys saying the thing is strong, you know. Must be the one from Suriname. It's the one from Suriname, folks. All right. We don't like the quality. Bring back Iowa. Bring back Kitchener. They're serious, you know. Them boys serious. But we ain't having it, folks. Kester, Kelston, Crandon, Winston, Kilkenny, Pansyfield, Ingrid King. The same bring back Pato. The infrastructure is going down. We ain't getting better. You all took a drive up the East Coast recently on the line tap. Melissa McFarlane, you took a drive on the line tap. Pansyfield, you took a drive up there. Well, look, story. just as you're turning to get out there from the line top, the railway line onto Enmore. I like how the road are looking. So I want to bring this one to the bishop's attention. To get through this area, it's a good portion of the road to going bad there. But I got two big holes here. You think Dulari hole was problems? This big hole here. Right? So putting them boys on notice. You all know the bishop like big holes. Bishop Barnett, so you can see with the photography just now. They got two big holes here. Folks, the road holy. The road is holy bad. You need no angels here, folks. You need God himself. The road holy. You dropping it, ring out your whole chassis. Ring out your whole chassis. You're going to just left holding this steering wheel in your hand. So I want to draw it to them boys' attention. You know, you're shooting up the railway line. Just before, folks, just before we get on to Enmore, you turn out to Enmore there. Far on the railway line, that road there. You're in problems. You're in problems. Where inside can come out? Whatever's inside is going to come out in this road. So draw it to them guys' attention. Who shared the damn life tonight? Who can smash the emoji button? There's a long time I pelt a bell in one of y'all chest. And folks, if I pelt this new bell, if this roll and carry out, this bell will. You ever see the size of the bell bigger than me head. So you know it's a big bell. You would be aware it's a big bell. Right? It's a huge bell, as a matter of fact. So putting them boys on alert. This place here needs some work. I'm certain a couple of you pass this area. And when you pass this hole, you got to make the sign of the cross if you pass safe. Father, thank you. Thank you. That hole catch you. Those two holes there. See where they drummed the other one? On a dark night. You in trouble. You in trouble. You better get some crazy glue to come out and fix back your car together. Moving on, folks. Moving on. You got to fix your car back together with some crazy glue. Moving on, folks. Father have his mercies. You know, some of y'all lucky that God is Guyanese. Right? You know, always lay claim to Rihanna, we say her mother or somebody is Guyanese. So she's Guyanese. So we text you. God is Guyanese. I saw his birth certificate myself. God is Guyanese. When we see some things we escape in this country. Thank the Father. We escaped the PP in 2015. We're going to escape them again. Watch and see. We will escape them again. But look, story. Look what I can prove to you now. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, God is Guyanese. Linda Webster, Roy Garraway, Deborah Clark, Don Joe Oswald, Donna Miller, Delon Scott. I can prove to you. God is Guyanese. Look, I can prove to you now. Look this car here. Folks, I want you to see what this car is. You see that car parked there? You're not come close to the TV now. Come close to the smartphone. That car is in a yard. Right? That car in a church yard. Right? The car clear a trench. End up in the church yard. Spin around. And that's how the front face in the trench. You see where the front pointing? That's the other side of the trench. The car clear the trench. End up in the church yard. Spin around. Right? And facing the outside. Right? Spin around. Clear the trench, you know. This is not stunts. This is real life. JB Gomes says, Night Rider. I want y'all know. I want the driver know God calling me. The Lord said, come. You got to come to church. So that's how far God carries some of y'all to church, you know. Chinsung Henry, when last you went to church? Church is for them decent people. Let's go to church. Gally Rackins. Decent church. I go to the church. The church. Drive out the strong man. Drive out the enemy. The church is ritual. The church, no. Satan can come wrong them for you. Ronald Worrell, when last you went to church? Donna David, Andrew Griffith. I went Sunday. I went Sunday. I went to church Sunday, folks. When last year I went? I hope the Father God brings somebody out this way, though. Clear the church. Help in the church yard and spin around. The Lord trying to tell them it's time to change your life. You can't keep living one way all the time. What the Father got to do for make some of y'all here? What the Father got to do? The care clear the church, good people. Spin around in the church yard. I think the folks are telling us this is in region 3. Right? They got the devil loose. That's why I want y'all was Father stronger. Father stronger. One of the things we're following, folks, on the fight card. Moving on, so I can have my guest. We see all the time. Slow down. Barbara Ralph, please. Stanton Williams, and let's arrive alive. Paulette Hawkins, slow down. Wilma Grant, and let me arrive alive. You're sharing the live. We smashing this emoji button. We been militant or vigilant, or we just come for bust alive. Good people. Valerie Archibald, Ciceri Fordyce, Sweetness Butters, good to have you. Angolin, Mary Adam. Hope Father God will bring you out in the church in all this style and fashion that you can go willingly. Please and thank you. You tell me to tell you, I don't know. You see, when your heart clean, your spirit clean, you pick up things. If Father just tell y'all. Don't you got to bring you also. Please go willingly. I know I tell you. Slow down, folks. Slow down. And let me arrive alive. Moving on. Them boys segment. But look story down the man. Roxanne Odessa, Leslyn Patrice. Look story now with them. Jagabats and Trench Crapos. I've never started this segment by saying respect and manners. But tonight, of course, is the night. Respect and manners. Respect and manners. Yolanda, Jared David, Dan Grives-Andy, Ian London, as it Sardia Stitchman, fancy name, SS Tonic, Sardia Stitchman, Vesta Hardy, Rajkumar, respect and manners. Respect and manners. Dion Joseph and Beverly, Kwanamingo. Look story now. I say respect and manners because you know what? When you see things, you might not always agree with people who say them, but that might make what they say in this one instance less potent. So don't come around with funny. Millicent Ross, John Robinson, Ascot Schultz, how y'all doing now? Well, look story here now. Your boy Ralph, like he fed up with them. So Ralph came out swinging in his Sunday column, Conversation 3. But he had a vice. He said corruption getting worse. Meanwhile, hear nothing else. That's the whole column, you know. Well, you want to read. You see, vice is the head of the column. Corruption getting worse. Kwanamingo, why you got to read everything else? That's how some of y'all is getting problems. Well, you want to read. That's the whole column right there. You get your money's worth. $180 to the papers on Sundays. Corruption getting worse. He's calling them out. He's calling them out. And Big Uncle Ralph is moving beyond that. You know what he's saying? He said they got to establish a high-level office to counter the corruption under the PPPC administration. Well, I just want to know what higher office they got in the president tone. Well, wrong question. Wrong question. Right? Ralph said establish a high-level office to counter the corruption. How them boys going to do this? That's why you want to know. Eva Daly, how them boys going to do this? Andrew Blair. This is like putting cat for watch milk. If they set up an office to deal with corruption, it's holding their skin scratching. No amongst the sanitizer and think that. It's like they pass them wrong by a church. All of a sudden they're feeling hot, you know, they carry a sea on. Everybody's in car shivers, but they find it's the things. So Big Uncle Ralph is advocating, set up a high-level office to deal with corruption. I don't think that's going to work. But I am happy with the fact that Ralph, though getting on in age, he beg, you know. He beg. But 1-2 times he's make a little sense, like this occasion. He beg, he's a big fellow. Right? But even though he begged, he got a testicular fortitude I got to buy a dictionary. You know it. Who don't know? The testicular fortune to call them boys out. Corruption getting worse. Ralph says, I know we put the blame at. It's them boys. Catch them the hand. That's the problem. Catch them the hand. And just strong with you. You got a real work person to get out. Catch them the hand. That's the problem. Right? Same set. That broom sweep the foot. That's strong. Catch them there. That's the problem. So Ralph says it's getting worse. Worse is getting. Them boys come back. Them boys come back. But not only is it getting worse in that front. I want to bring my guests shortly. Not only is it getting worse in that front, folks. Right? A lot of things happening. A lot of other things happening. Oh, your boy. Huh? Your boy. The brains in the operation. Transparency, Guyana Incorporated. This is the Guyana hub, the Guyana branch of Transparency International. They're calling for a commission of inquiry into Vice News, the disclosures. Transparency International. They want an investigation. Oren Barker, Millicent Ross. What do you say? Donna Miller, Glycis Mingoburn, John Joe. Come on down. TIGI. They said they want a commission of inquiry to look into the Vice News disclosures. Y'all know the disclosures? I ain't want to pretend. Y'all don't know them by his disclosures. Yeah? You know them by his get that? Sue! He got all his support. Sue's handled all the agreements. Right? Them boys said they would be very surprised if you have politicians weren't corrupt. Certain disclosures. Certain disclosures. Now we come to y'all boy, second highest office in Guyana. We come to y'all boy now, who holds the second highest office in Guyana. You know, I keep telling y'all, and some of you think I'm just being facetious. If Ali pull himself together, if Irfan Ali pulls himself together, Donna David, Donna McDonald, all the Donnas here, Paul Hicks, Vasta, Hardy Rajkumar, Donna Miller. If Irfan pulls himself together, and there's a lot of self to pull together. But if he manages to pull himself together, he can be a good installed president. But he got to put his foot down on some things. And Jack Neo is one of them. He could be a good installed president. But he got to put his foot down. I don't know if it's too heavy or what to put down, but he's struggling. But in his administration, under his tenure, his legacy will be all the big show business. So, people remember that. People remember how corrupt they were. That is what people remember. Not much big buildings go up. Some people don't remember how much money they make, like so and so. But the rest of it, it's how corrupt. You got to put on your foot. Get yourself. Put on your foot like Hulk. Right? And smash corruption in the government. We are by Trout for the expo. He exposed the sectorial shortcomings for the expo. He throw out. You know, we ask you, Jack Dio. First thing, corrupt, you can say. Without us prompting you. You can say Sue, same thing, corrupt. We ask you, who's Frank? I rather suspect. Gonna come the arguments with Frank. He asked him, Ashley, You say short-term ideas for the economy. When we ask you about air fund, you know, usually comes back the response. People still on this. Air fund is just air fund. Most people say air fund is just air fund. Right? Here, I can see air fund home. Short jack, shirt and tie. Big decisions. Decisions. Short jack, shirt and tie. Short jack, shirt and tie. Eeny, meeny, miny, and then you forget because remember when you go to Iceford University, they don't teach you the whole thing. Eeny, meeny, miny, he forgets. He say, you know what? Both are two kites. Shirt jack and tie. Right? Avant-garde. When I wear it, it will become stylish. He show off himself, folks. He come out. Say both are two. I setting the standards now. I can show you one jack video. But sartorial splendor. Right? You know, as I'm on this, my thoughts went to critics. And I want to wish critics a speedy recovery. Yep. A speedy recovery. You know, you got a little mishap there. No judgmental off and so on. Got a little mishap. Get down in age and seeing too good and so on now. Crashing into boats and all kind of stuff. But that aside, I want to say speedy recovery. Y'all keep him in the thoughts and prayers. We might now agree. But I say, I want to wish him bad or anything like that. Or any of us. So as I remember them over the weekend, I said, Father, remember critics. Remember critics. When the terrible accident over the weekend, heard that he's out in the woods. And I wanna say, get well soon, get well soon, get well soon. Back to Ali now. Ali could make up his mind. Shirt and tie or shirt jack. You just wear all two. It's a shirt jack cross with a shirt and tie. That's why I like this fella, you know. He's just Ali. Air fun is just air fun. Well, the expo of the weekend leaves a lot to be desired. Long lines for hours, waiting house lots. You know, people say there was chaos and confusion there. Send us some footage even. We like what we saw. We got to organize these things better. You know, can't be just for show. You tell people come for the house lot because they want it to look as though thousands attended the building expo. We got to treat our citizens with more care than that. And then Ali went off. We're going to get the footage for you. Hasn't consulted with the finance minister on the steel that they're giving out. They're trying to help new house owners, the sling of cement. He said, I hope I'm surprising Ashley. Well, we didn't know really if he was talking about the shirt jack and the bow tie, or it was the announcement he was making. He said, really consult with the finance minister. But here it is. Sling, cement, steel. Right. It's upside down government. It's an upside down government. We're watching this, and we can bring some more to you in a subsequent broadcast. But moving on, folks, moving on. Your boy gone to Washington. That's why I want y'all know. That's why I want y'all know. According to the release out of the office of the president, right? Out of the office of the president, the second highest office in this country, out of the office of the president, they were supposed to be meeting with the Secretary of State. Well, maybe it didn't happen yet, unless they know who's the Secretary of State. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, because what we saw instead is them meeting with the deputy Secretary of Commerce, Don Greaves. We still holding for that meeting. We didn't say anything, it won't happen. But a lot of this whole engagement with them being summoned to Washington, D.C. You know, folks, this here is like the elections petition 99 before the CCJ and what we heard a week ago. Don't get excited. We know they were summoned to Washington, D.C. and they released a press statement that set of generalities. Or we'll be meeting with our U.S. counterparts on bilateral engagements. That's the generalities. Bilateral engagement. They were summoned to Washington. They were summoned to Washington, good folks. And this was one of the meetings that they were engaging in. They were supposed to be meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. That hasn't happened as yet. We're not saying it will not happen. They're on Scott and the others, but it just hasn't happened yet. He's meeting for us with some low-level U.S. Personnel, and maybe you climb the rungs like that, right? But it's in this meeting we saw something strange. You know, Ali different. Irfan is just Irfan. You remember you had that big CARICOM meeting. Irfan took, what's his name? He took Police Commissioner Hickens. And Hickens sat at the head of the table as the host in the meeting. Big misstep. And then you had recently, the Saudis were here. They promised the Saudis everything. They said, take foreign affairs, take finance ministry. Wherever you want, take it. Just bring little money, give me. Just bring little money. Major blunder. Everybody said the foreign affairs, the Saudis should not get a foreign desk. At the Ministry of Finance. Ali was so embarrassed, he hasn't said anything on that matter since. Some folks wail into him. Drop kick. Bell and chest. He's trying to recover. But today, I don't know if Ali isn't briefed. I don't know if like you're meeting a high-level meeting room, you get confused by where you are and you don't know to act. When in doubt, it's like driving. You in doubt what to do next, pull back. But some of y'all buy y'all book and all. So you all know that, right? And fraud is fraud. Y'all buy y'all book, you know, invalid votes, mix-up votes, right? So you don't even know that. When in doubt, you don't mash the X into fifth gear. You just pull back. That's the Sandra Arthur. In this meeting, we saw something strange. In this meeting, let's see if you guys can pick up on it. Let us see if you are real political analysts. Folks, went to a wedding over the weekend as an aside. Met a big auntie. Big auntie said, Mr. Duncan, I'm a political analyst. I'm on the program every night. Every day. Day and night. I'm a political analyst. I said, yes. Pace and power, respect and manners. This is the political analyst. Coming out of one of those meetings. Let me see if you can pick it up. If you are sharp. If you are like true political analyst. Irfan is just Irfan. That's all I can tell you.
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
Are we good?
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
I don't know if you heard that. I don't know if you heard that. But Irfan, did you? Did you hear that? Irfan is just Irfan, good people. What else can we tell you? Irfan is just Irfan. Irfan is just Irfan. I don't know if you heard that. But I want to take another go at it.
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
Yep. Take another go at it.
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
Y'all hear a story there? Y'all hear a story there? Like Irfan want another middleman. Sue get knocked out now. Sue running. You know they can't find Sue. Can't find Sue. Sue who handles all the agreements. Who has all the support. They can't find Sue. Right? I thought you might ask your low-level employees on the trip, you know, or the person responsible to collect the contact details of the Secretary of Commerce, right? I want your WhatsApp number. You know, we different. We different in this country. I want your WhatsApp number. Yeah? Oh, that's how we do international relations now. Huh? Yes, talk to the man on WhatsApp. Some of y'all different. Y'all heard that, folks? Let me go it one more time. Well, the trenches gonna get quiet now.
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
Folks, Folks, you know, I often tell you guys, I love the movie Troy, Brad Pitt version of Troy. There's a scene when Brad Pitt, as the conqueror, you know, he slays the champion of Troy. You remember that? And he shouts to them in the pavilion. They got the gates locked up tight and so on. He shouts to them. They're watching from the balcony. He says, this is all you got. You know, this is all you've got. In a short space of 5 minutes, Brad Pitt disposed of the champion. He said, this is all you've got. When I see here in front of the world stage like this, you know, I look over to the PPP in the towers. This is all? This is all you've got? Huh? Is this?
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I can show you.
You're different, folks. You're different. What's he asking for? Well, see one. You want blood sample, too? What else? Huh? You want all the support? Huh? You want to handle all the agreements? Oh, you want middleman, huh? You want middleman? Still under pressure. Them boys recruited you, know. But don't think you can procure the U.S. and the Secretary of Commerce for nonsense. Why you can't go to the right channels? What you want WhatsApp number for? You know you're label. But say them boys is work. You say them boys is work. You understand why TIG are asking for what they're asking for? You understand why Ralph Lamcran? There's a certain modus operandi on the international stage. But I ain't see it yet, Andy, them boys. I ain't see it yet. A certain way you conduct yourself with some suave and finesse. I miss it. It's like good art. You know it when you see it. I want your WhatsApp number. You give me your WhatsApp number. Oh, PPP, is this all you got? Is this it? Is this it? Huh? Well, you know, them boys right. When you can't dazzle with billions, you just baffle with the other thing. I want your WhatsApp number. Lord have his mercies. Moving on, folks. I think we died there. Yes, the one and only I'm having this evening. Tabitha Sarabo-Halley. I told you all to expect her. And she's here. And I'm so privileged. I'm so privileged to have her. Tabitha, is this it? Is this it? That's why you are, Yalo. Is this it, Tabitha? I mean, is this how we got, Tabitha? Huh? Is this how we got?
Well, right now, that is what we have to deal with.
Wow.
That's what we have to contend with.
Well, I thought you to build my plane, but you just give it to me.
I have nothing to give you to help you on that one.
I thought you to butter it up a little bit, you know, make me feel a little nice and then drop it to me. But you're playing at all.
I don't know what else to say.
You know, let us start here. Where are we? Where is here? I mean, like, God.
I you know, Sharon, it's every time you go through this kind of process where you're talking about where we are as a country, you recognize that we have a long way to go, and the current people who are governing really have a lot to do.
Yeah.
To even reach to the par. I know we have a lot of we may have a lot of issues. Some of us may have a lot of issues with the former president and how he may have done certain things. But one thing you knew was that when he was on the national stage, he represented well.
Oh yes. Oh yes. He was prepared. But you know, Tabitha, you gotta come with something to the work. Right? And I thought university just will not do. You gotta bring something to the thing. It don't give you everything.
But you could only bring what you know, what you have. If you don't know much and you're not versed in that kind of understanding diplomacy and how to work and how to maneuver on the national stage, and we're expecting more than we should from somebody who just doesn't know better. So you know, you have to have very small expectations in certain where certain things are concerned.
Yeah.
If you
And
you
you see,
listen, when you listen to the president, and especially the president when he is in his, I think when he's in his comfort zone,
mhm,
when you see the true person, you recognize that for him putting on the bow tie and so is the best he could bring to the table, because he really is, it isn't in him. He hasn't been, what happens normally, let me get to serious. What happens normally in any society where you are serious about governance and you're serious about how you show yourself on the international stage, leaders are persons who want to become leaders. They go through certain, I don't want to say classes, but they go through a particular a number of things so people understand, and they're taught certain things. Even if you end up on the scene and you don't know, you recognize that you don't know and you bring in the best to say, here's what I need to step my game up, and so come teach
yeah,
me all that I need to know. And so you expect that in a short space of time you move from Z to A. But that is
yep.
not what we have. We have a group who
Apologies.
don't believe that they need to learn anything, that they have it all, they know it all, and whatever they do is right and good. And that is what we're contending with on the international scene.
Very well. And you know, Tabitha, this belies the problem we're discussing, because apparently he doesn't understand. In the US system, a person that's high up the chain of command, like the Secretary of Commerce, everything you say is logged. Your email is logged. If you're on the official work number, all your messages and so on is logged.
And
Right?
he's not even permitted to have work conversations on a personal phone.
Precisely.
That's something that doesn't happen.
And one would wonder, what would he want to say personally that he wouldn't want to work through the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, perhaps, to communicate to the foreign government?
Because they only know governance in a certain way. You see, we're dealing with a different kettle of fish where the PPP is concerned. It is not about, and this is where we look at what has happened in Guyana over the 23 years with the PPP in government, and what happened between 2015 and 2020 and what we're going back to. Because leadership brings with it a particular culture, particular your rules of engagement. You expect certain things of a president, of leaders of a country. But the PPP doesn't understand those dynamics. It's foreign to them. And so they just know about power and how to keep power, what they need to do on the hand or not, to maintain power. And the whole idea of governance and diplomacy and democracy and those things that come with it, with a certain value system, that doesn't ring a bell to them. And so what we see is basically ordinary people having power and utilizing power, not recognizing that it should bring with it other things that the society expects, that that even young people would expect to see of their leaders. And because as Guyanese, you want to be proud. You may not like the PPP, you may not like their politics, but when you're on the national stage, you're not representing PPP, you're representing the entire country. And so you want them to position themselves and come over as someone who knows what they're about. And every time they go on the international scene, we know that we're going to have jokes at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I could understand how soon the investors end up in the living room, because they probably went to give their WhatsApp number. Maybe that's where you wanted to collect. So maybe that's what they were doing there. But on to other things, Tabitha. You brought a motion quite recently in the National Assembly to do something that is almost humanitarian in nature. You were attempting to do it when you were Minister of the Public Service. And this is basically saying, it's almost like a no-brainer. The very month a public servant works, they should be paid. Right?
Yes.
Beginning from that first month. In some instances, it's 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, before they get their first salary. And you were saying, how come people can wait so long? How people can get to work for 3 months without earning their first pay? By the time you get that salary 3 months down the line, it might sound big, but you owe everybody in the village. Talk to us about that. And then I want to come to some comments Ashley made.
Yes, and the reality is that it's sad. It's quite sad at public servants when you now getting your first job you're happy, you're excited. You're now earning your first income, and then you hear that you have to wait 3 months, and that ends up being for a lot of persons 6 months to a year before they get their first salary. And so it was a case of, when I became minister in 2019, recognizing that, started the process of rescinding the whole policy that was there, and trying to put systems in place to reduce that waiting time for public servants. And because I recognized that having left office, that what I started did not continue, I was getting so many messages from persons saying that they're in this position all over again, that I figured that we need to bring this conversation to the National Assembly so we could get a sense of, one, that recognition that something needs to be done, and I needed to get a sense from the government, from the PPP, whether or not they were putting systems in place to ensure that this is not something that would be a reality for public servants in the future.
Exactly. And it seemed, again, like a no-brainer. As a parliamentarian, the first one, you take the oath of office and so on. You pay as a minister. The first month, you have to go hustle, right? If you submit the ID card, people don't say, "Oh, we're withholding your salary," or what have you. Why this double standard for our public servants, and more so under this administration? But you said an important thing during this debate. You underline the fact that this don't need to be political. We can agree. I mean, you think it's something that we can all agree on, operationalize it, the public servants benefit, and we move on. But that's all. Not them, but
what the Minister of Public Service did was she brought an amendment. And that is what was striking about it. I'm like, when I saw this amendment, like, what does this amendment mean? The amendment, my motion basically asked the government, asked the National Assembly to advise the government to ensure that the public servants get paid after the first month on the job. The public
very simple and elegant.
Very simple. No technicalities, no politics involved. That is all.
Yeah, as the CCJ said to one attorney recently, in simple English, in plain English.
The Minister of Public Service brought an amendment to that, saying that not 1 month is too strict of a timeline, that they need to move it from 1 month to a reasonable time. So my question to her, because when I moved that motion, I was able to speak first, and I asked her if she could define what reasonable means, and who will determine what reasonable is. And so when you decide to say something like reasonable, it is so subjective. And so anybody who is in that position could determine that reasonable means 3 months, reasonable could mean 9 months, reasonable could mean a year. And so you need to put certain things in place and be very strict on timelines, because the person who is working, and that's why when I spoke to the motion, I spoke about the International Labour Organization and the fact that it could be seen as exploitation of labor, because you have somebody coming to work for 3 months, for 6 months, and no paycheck, and you're expecting them to give up their best on the job, but they cannot expect in the return that at the end of the month they're being paid, and they don't know when they're going to be paid. And if the ILO were to get involved in it, I'm quite sure they would say it's labor exploitation. And so we need to put systems in place to change what currently exists and do something better than what currently happens. But Sherrod, you could probably go on to Ashley, because I was flabbergasted with his whole presentation.
So we're gonna have that video for you guys at another program.
Yes.
But Ashley came out kind of swinging against Tabitha, as though she was somehow being hypocritical for asking for public servants to be paid the first month on the job. Again, folks, it's like a no-brainer. We could all embrace this. This is like foreign policy. We don't fight them down on the however lax they are with the treatment of the Venezuelans and so on. We say, we with you, right? This will be one of those domestic issues. We with you, but not Ashley. Tell us a little bit what happened with Ashley.
Well, let me start off by saying this. I expected to get at the end that it would be a bit contentious because of how Parliament played out that day. You have to remember that there were a couple of motions that were on the order paper, and then at the last minute, the Speaker removed a motion that was dealing with cost of living that was brought to the National Assembly by my colleague Annette Ferguson. And so because that cost of living motion was no longer on the order paper, a lot of my colleagues felt that they needed to speak on it because it was an issue facing their constituencies. And so in the conversation in the motion about public servants and getting their 3 months, their salary within a month, a lot of what was happening in terms of the cost of living became part of the conversation and the debate on that day, which is understandable. Because if a public servant can't get their salary in 3 months, in 1 month, then they will have to be dealing with the implications of cost of living as everybody else will know. And so that became part of the debate. And with that, you would expect that there would be responses to those issues as it relates to cost of living. But I felt that after all of that conversation happened, at the end of the day, we get back to the motion, which is, can we figure out a way to ensure that public servants don't have to go longer than a month without their salary? But what I heard from Ashley say, and I know we have issues with PPP, people in general, right? Because how they govern, and some of them may seem to be racist and all of that. But I was mind blown, because this is somebody who is apparently from QC, and he is coming to the floor and he is saying one thing he did was he read out the circular that I sent out in December. And the circular basically said that this 3 months wait should discontinue immediately. That until we figure out how to make this time shorter, what we will put in place was that persons would be employed temporarily so that they will get their paycheck from month to month until the system figures itself out. And then within 6 months, they will be able to get their government order or their contract or whatever from the Public Service Ministry or from the Public Service Commission. And so they would be able to move over smoothly to the system, the establishment, and come off of the temporary employment. What that means is that somebody will not be working and not getting paid. So you come onto the job, you end up with temporary employment while the procedures go through so that you could get your government order that you're now employed in the public service. He is standing up and saying that is an issue. That is the first thing that I couldn't understand. This is something that was put in place to ensure people don't have to go without a salary. And he is contending that it's an issue because after 6 months, people drop off the payroll because the system didn't work. Which, in fact, what he is saying is that a lot of people wait 6 months, and after 6 months, the system still doesn't work and allow them to get their pay. And he's not realizing that is what he's also agreeing to and accepting as normal, that people can go 6 months to more than 6 months without getting their first salary. And so that first was mind-blowing, that he would stand up and say something that he's against temporary employment until the government order comes through, but he has nothing better to add to it. And so his response is, well, the system is inefficient, there are a lot of bureaucracy, but we can't do anything about it because that is just how the system works, and so persons have to live with it. That was the bottom line, and I could not understand as Minister of Finance, that is what you're going to come and say to the people.
Sounds like a prisoner of the system, but I think if we put some heads together, this is a problem we could solve. I don't think it's one of those things that's insurmountable.
Exactly, and Sherrod, the public service in Guyana is small compared to other countries that are getting it right. I said in my presentation that I went to Trinidad. I spoke with public servants in Jamaica, all around the region. We know in America that would not fly in America. And in the Caribbean, everybody says persons get their pay after the first month. So what makes Guyana so special?
Yeah.
Why is Guyana so special? We have to be so inefficient and okay in our inefficiencies, and then the public servant has to bear the brunt of it.
Comfortable in it and celebrating inefficiency, But that's the challenge that we have, Tabitha, in your mind, I know you don't have their mind, but we look like we're fixing this in a reasonable time, quote unquote. They told us they want to pass the ganja bill that we brought to the National Assembly that can save a lot of young men wasting their lives away in prison here, right? We brought it hoping we can get a consensus on the amount we could allow people legally to carry and to use, right? Not them boys, they want to put it in a select committee. Well, it's a reasonable time. It's probably a year now since it's languishing away in the select committee. Reasonable time. Tabitha.
Exactly, and the between the Minister of Public Service and the Minister of Finance, which will be the two major agencies to deal with this matter. Both of them said nothing on the floor of the National Assembly that would give anybody any sense that they are looking at it seriously and they plan to fix it anytime soon. So basically, the status quo remains the same, and they don't intend to do what is necessary, because it takes overhauling a system. If a system has been in place since 1970, a system is in place since 1970. There's a lot that has happened from 1970 to now that can make work in the public service so much easier. And they're sitting there saying, well, the place is inefficient. We know it's inefficient. It takes time because there is interagency issues. And so we just have to deal with it. While they, as ministers, got their salary the first month after they
Time is over. Time is over. And our people in the public system are still suffering because of this, you know. That's an injustice in its own self. Tabitha, I want to thank you for stopping by this evening. And I'm instructing you, Tabitha, don't be a stranger. Come along more often. Let's talk about these issues.
I definitely will. I definitely will. And I want to let the public servants know this.
Go right ahead.
That one, I intend to continue to push this issue because I think it's an unjust thing. And I believe that they need to do more than what they did on the front National Assembly. And so I will looking for all avenues to bring to the National Assembly different ways in which the system can be changed so it can be a bit more efficient than it is right now.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Best wishes with that, Tabitha. Thanks for stopping by again.
Thanks for having me, Sharon.
Awesome. Folks, that's it. That's the program. That is the time. That is our program, good people. That is our time. Thanks for spending this time with us. Pace and power, folks. Boots on the ground. You all know we're backing down. Thanks for joining us. That being said, good people, pace and power. Power and pace. Pace and power. Remember, folks, as you go, share the damn live. Smash the emoji button. Partner with us, because unfortunately, we ain't running on water yet. Not on water yet, folks. So we got Cash App available. Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union too. You need some more advice? You need some more guidance? 627-6963 is not only our MMG number, it's our WhatsApp number as well. WhatsApp we! That's the WhatsApp number you can have. You never ask me for your WhatsApp number. You say, oh, you're big? We give you your WhatsApp number because we feel you're big. We giving you your WhatsApp number. You're never ask it. We giving you it. We giving you it. If you want WhatsApp number, it's WhatsApp number you want, huh? All right, all right.
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I can show you.
Yep, our WhatsApp number, 627, folks, 6963. Partner with us, good folks, and help us to move forward. Pace and power, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe, good people. Stay safe, stay safe, stay safe, stay safe. Linda Booker, Henry Irvin, Sandra Davis, Cicely Gomez, Audrey, and all the other beautiful folks joining us this evening. Vanessa Hackett, Heaven Faith, Lizzie Simon, Seafarer's Pride, the hotel around the corner by the side street in front. Glenford Garden, good to see you. Jamie Gomes, and all the other beautiful, lovely folks. That's our time, folks. That's our program. Same time tomorrow, from 8 in the morning, 12 in the midday, and 8 back in the evening. We're going to be right here, folks, right here for you. Share the damn live, smash the emoji button, and partner with us, folks. Partner with